One of the best ways to learn about the acquire process and timeline is to walk through a case study. So I'd like to introduce Kevin Couper. Kevin comes from wealth management and has never turned a wrench in his life. Despite that, he closed on his business in Florida in June of 2023, and a year later, he was on the cover of Plumber magazine, being featured for having been able to grow a service business by just having the sales and leadership skills. So in terms of timeline, Kevin joined the Accelerator in August of 2022. He went through our onboarding modules, analyzed several deals, and got to an investment committee for the first time in October 22, so just under 2 months later. Have you ever watched Shark Tank? The investment committee is kind of like a much friendlier Shark Tank. You prepare a deal that was on market, so usually represented by a broker. You go through all our calculators and checklists and come to the investment committee with an offer in mind. We review the deal, let you know what questions you should be asking, and also give you our opinion on the offer. The Accelerator includes unlimited access to our investment committee for 12 months. On average, each Accelerator customer typically does about 3 presentations. Part of the Accelerator also includes a 2-day workshop where you meet me and the acquire VPs and also get to tour an acquisition entrepreneur's business. Kevin attended a workshop in November 2022. While the workshop, we actually helped him get a signed LOI for a flooring business. It was actually the same business he presented to the investment committee a month earlier. Unfortunately, the deal eventually fell through. This is pretty common in the process. Kevin was great. He went and analyzed probably another dozen or so deals and eventually found Kyle Plumbing. He brought it to the investment committee in January of 2023. So 2 months later, he got a signed LOI basically a month after that. Fun fact, Rich, who was on the investment committee, actually walked him through some alternate terms on the seller financing that allowed him to save $200K worth of interest over the lifetime of the deal and about $60K in principal payments in the first couple of years of ownership, which is $60K more that he was able to invest in the business. The business closed 5 months later, so June 2023. He used an SBA loan to purchase the business. He actually used our capital fund, Acquire Capital, to help with the equity, and bought the business with just $100K down. He's since grown the business by more than 50%. So this is just over 16 months of ownership. We helped him with integration, came on site to meet the team, announced the transition, and to set up a leadership team. We helped hire and train his people and culture manager, who is actually now his general manager. His leadership team also toured our other plumbing businesses, took the stuff that worked, used our bid sheets for the construction side, took our price books on the service side. He also redid his entire comp plan on the service side. R&D, Rob and Duplicate, he's been an incredible execution. His target is actually $2 million EBITDA for 2025. In this first year, outside of making close to $1 million post-debt, he's also paid off 10% of his total principal. So every year his net worth grows by $300K by just having the business make its principal payments. In 2033, he'll own it debt-free. Even if he doesn't grow it any more than where it's at today, that business will be worth $5 to $7 million if he sells, and he will own it free of any debt, just based on what he's done in the first year. But money is only part of it. Kevin loves what he does. I remember visiting him like 4 months after he bought his business, and he had like a fresh neck tattoo and a hand tattoo. The 2 areas he was never allowed to tattoo as a wealth manager, as they can't be covered up. To me, this was super symbolic because it's him opening up a chapter that he knew he would never close.